Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the All-Star Brawl. It's the very first day of this lovely tournament kicking off the ground. And tonight we've got myself, Marks, as well as Kongman on the mic. And, of course, we were produced and observed by the wonderful Refuse, the guy who's behind all of this wonderful things. But, Kongman, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I'm just really glad to see that Star Esports was able to kick off once again after a slight technical difficulty. But I mean, hey, it's always good to get a tournament up and running.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a very exciting game for everybody tonight. It's G-Force up against Celestial Sky. And, Kongman, you've seen one of these teams before play, so why don't you give us a quick lowdown about that team and how well they did?
So I actually got the opportunity to cast for G-Force about a month ago in the Will Invitational tournament, and I have to say, this roster is just insane. I've known Magic Makeball for a little while. I know that Strider, last time I looked, he was like top 10 on the tank leaderboard. Lee Mi-yong is just cracked on the support lineup. Like, this roster is just insane.
Yeah, and so, we're going to be expecting pretty good things coming out from that team, but that's not to say anything too bad about Celestial Sky just yet. Once again, this tournament is just kicking off, and so they're going to have plenty of opportunities to prove themselves in Mortal Kombat. Okay, maybe not Mortal Kombat, because we are in Overwatch, wrong game, all of that type of stuff. But before we begin, just wanted to mention, we do have a poll down in the chat for the MVP. So if you're watching this and you're like, damn, this guy right there, that's something else. It's they are somebody that I want to hear more from. Then make sure to vote for them in the MVP poll down below, because then we're gonna pull them into the booth with us on the mics, and you're gonna have a good time. But sorry, I cut you off there. What you got for me, Kong Man?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you 100% that it doesn't matter what game it is. We're all here to have a great time. And for this tournament, it looks like we're going to be starting off on Lijiang Tower. And how do you feel about that map?
I mean, for 2CP, of course, there's always just kind of whoever wins the first fight is going to be more or less set up to win the round, in my humble opinion. But I do like Lijiang Tower because there's a lot of different opportunities to see some of these other compositions come out. If you're playing the night market, then we might see a little bit more Symmetra, or if it's in straight tower, then we're going to get a lot more rush compositions going on there. So, a lot of variety that can kind of come out of Lijiang Tower. But what do you expect to see more on the composition front, Kong Man?
Definitely, I know that GeForce, they absolutely love putting Strider on the Wrecking Ball, so I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing him just playing him in every single map and everything. And Celestial Sky's kind of the team that I don't really know 100% about, because as we've been told, they are one of the newer teams. I do know that Owners is a big Winston player, so hopefully we might get to see some Hammond versus Winston, and honestly, I'm just ready to see what happens.
Oh boy, it's going to be exciting, and well, we're just waiting for the players to get ready, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to talk about the wonderful game that is Overwatch, because, like you said, if a Wrecking Ball does come out from GeForce, I'd be curious to see what they're going to be using to support that. Commonly, because of the Overwatch League, of course, there have been a lot of these Hammond Zenyatta combinations bringing into a Tracer. Just go hard dive as soon as that Discord orb is thrown out. You see the ball fly in there, and then the Tracer come in there. And, Kongman, in your opinion, what would be one of the ways to kind of counter some of these plays that might be coming out?
I definitely have to say, one of the biggest counters, in my opinion, to stop the Wrecking Ball composition is just locking the Cole Cassidy choice
Important
option
distinction.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I just want everyone to know we are human. We might make a mistake, so if we accidentally slip up and call Cole Cassidy by his original name, don't cancel us.
Yes. always a good thing to say. But yeah, I do think that bringing a Cassidy in your party, that flashbang does just such a good job at stopping any Hammond in their feet. But do you prefer that over maybe a Sombra pick to kind of hack that Wrecking Ball out?
I mean, I've always been a big fan of Cassidy over the Sombra, but I mean, I just know that Sombra is also decent because her EMP can just immediately shut down a composition. So honestly, if you just really want to shut Strider down, just play both.
Okay, yeah. The ultimate just dunking on the GeForce combination. And now it's just actually ticking in my brain that maybe one of the reasons why they call themselves GeForce is because of that wonderful movie with all of the little hamsters that were incredibly smart, much like the Wrecking Ball.
Yes, sir. I mean, I don't remember a lot of that movie, but I do remember watching it, and it was pretty decent.
Okay. Well, I'll have to take your word on that because I've never actually seen it. But regardless, I'm excited to see how these Wrecking Balls are going to be working in here. Thankfully, we are going to be loading into Lijiang Tower now. Just as a reminder of the rules of how this goes is whoever loses is going to be able to choose the next map after the winners ban a map, but it can be in any type. So we don't have to go to a hybrid. We don't have to go to a two capture point. Sorry. It could be whatever team prefers whatever map they want, as long as it's not the one banned map that kind of comes in here. So with that, let's head into the game because, well, we're going to be on Lijiang Tower now.
Yeah, and as the map is loading in for us, it appears we're going to be starting on Night Market, which in my opinion, this is honestly my favorite map choice for Lijiang.
Okay, why do you like Night Market so much?
So I'll be to get to point faster. The point's just so much easier to lock down as a Symmetra player. All in all, I just love Symmetra.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. You're a fan of the car wash, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, got to keep your cars nice and clean because it looks like we are going to be seeing some Symmetras rolling out here. Dual compositions with Wrecking Balls actually coming in. A little bit of a difference, though, on that support line. And without further ado, we can expect to see a little bit of poke damage coming through between these two teams right now, Kongman.
Yeah, and as we notice, it appears that Crunch Time is already going around behind, trying to get as much information onto GeForce as possible. But honestly, it just looks like GeForce is recognizing this, and they're just playing as safe as they can.
Ooh, and Strider starting us out with the first pick onto Crunch Time. Now, it seems like these teams want to be taking this fight onto the point here. We're going to be seeing the tank line actually move in for GeForce here, but Let's see how they're able to make something happen right now. They're being contested on it. We're already up a man, but it doesn't look like they're going to be pressing that advantage as Strider does fall down. So now is going to be the time for Celestial Sky to be rolling things in here. But as soon as I say that, Owners gets hacked up. It's going to be in the back line, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. But now Anyhow is on him, and well, that's just going to take him out of the fight. Talked about the Symmetra difference. Right now, it's kind of, sorry, the Sombra diff, and it might be coming in here. G-Force still fighting this one out. Still, Mix going back and forth. Right now, G-Force have actually capped up this point, so they can stall things here. That could be coming online, as well as the, what do you call it? That's going to be a Transcendence, as well as Creep gets demeched. Now, we're going to be seeing a Rally online, Celestial Sky. They want to win out this fight, which is going to force out an EMP. Rally, counter rally coming in from G-Force. G-Force want to turn this one on its head, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be doing as they clean up the rest of the team there, Kongman.
Yeah, Magic Maple getting an insane double kill with the Brigida is just honestly what really helped turn that fight around. I mean, I do know it was the end of the fight, and what is Strider doing? Look at the spot he's sitting in.
You know, he's just having fun up here. Let's call this the Wrecking Ball Scout, shall we?
Yeah, it seems like he's just rolling around as much as he wants, and now he's on the top lever of this
Okay, he might be Batman. He might be Batman. I'm not sure about that, but based on that positioning.
Yeah, there he goes.
All right, let's see how this goes. Anyhow, starting us off with a pick on a Sin and Mo. Sorry. Now Strider going to be rolling back into combat as Crunch Time took Anyhow out of the fight. Mines are online. Regardless, it looks like Celestial Sky have the advantage when it comes to these ultimates here. Going to be chasing down Ultima EMP. Oh, EMP online. That's going to cause a lot of chaos, but it's actually Strider's Mines that cause more chaos here. As G-Force, it looks like they're going to be winning this one out thanks to Pummy and Strider.
Yeah, I definitely have to say Strider timing that perfectly with the Sombra EMP, because the EMP doesn't hurt those mines until after they are fully deployed.
That's a very important distinction. Meanwhile, he's got all the techs clearly looking for an opportunity as the DMEC does come back online, and Strider, he's made a mistake. He's rolled right off the edge. Now Owners has Mines online as well in the back line, taking out Pummy. That's an excellent stick coming out, but it might not be enough as Cinema trades it back onto Ultima Wep. Now, Owners just going to be spraying down Magic 8 Ball. It's going to be self-destruct on the point here, but shouldn't find too much value anyhow. Trying to stall this one out for as long as they can, but you can see he's actually just backing off here. Strider's made his way back onto the point, but with a Sombra hack, not much you can do there. And finally, Celestial Sky, they went out that team fight and will get their cap. But still, right now, G-Force, they haven't given this one up yet. All right, finally, Celestial Sky turned this in their favor.
Yeah, Celestial Sky doing just a really good job of shutting down Strider, which, as I said before, that's basically your big thing with the team of G-Forces. If you shut Strider down, the rest of the team, they kind of struggle a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Strider just been doing so much work here, and now we're going to be seeing this regroup. Couple ultimates online, but what do you expect for an engagement here?
I'm definitely probably going to be expecting a Diva Bomb to fly in, and then Strider just dropping the mines on point just to zone them out.
Yeah, well, Cinema already found Magic 8 Ball, so G-Force might not want to move in just quite yet. A rally coming out from Celestial Sky. Doesn't matter. Owners has fallen down. Crunch Time has to get out of that one just to be safe. Now, they're just going to wait out this rally. It might have been a little preemptive there, Kongman.
Yeah, I definitely think that Strider was able to help bait them, and as I'm trying to discuss something, Pummy just drops the EMP, and my goodness, look at these kills rolling in.
Yeah, Ultima Web's finding the stick, and that's going to be a boop off the edge. Pummy killing the Diva before he falls off there. Now, Strider just all hacked up. Doesn't even matter, just going to use those guns to just shoot people down. We're now back into overtime as G-Force have been able to turn around Strider. Oh, man. Accidentally rolled into the mines there, but it's all good because G-Force are going to get the first round.
Yeah, G-Force just rolling around as much as they want, and I have to say that was a very impressive display just from G-Force's side. And big shout out, excuse me, to Celestial Sky for honestly just getting percentage on that, because from the start of that round it just looked like it was going to be 100-0.
Yeah, it definitely was. You could just see how comfortable I think G-Force felt going into that and with their compositions here. Now, I'm curious to see what they're going to be busting out on this next map because, well, this kind of favors a little bit more of a rush-style composition, and right now both of the teams are teasing us with this Reinhardt.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at both the teams' ultimate weapon is deciding between Doomfist or Junkrat, and looks like we're going to be seeing the Doomfist rolling out here.
An unconventional pick, but it does have quite a bit of value. Now the team's already going in here. Owners actually stuck on this Reinhardt. Meanwhile, Strider on the Orisa. Pummy already found un-PG. Not PG-13 here, that's for sure. But Ultima Wep just comes through, punching people through the sky. And now Owners is all alone as the entire team of G-Force just roll over him. And look at this. This is going to be a spawn hold for them as they get that first cap.
Yeah, this is one thing that G-Force is known for, is they know that if they want to fight, they want to push you as close as they can, as close as they can to your spawn, just for as much BM as possible. Really get that mental game going for them.
Nothing like feeling a little bit of a domination on a casual Monday. Now, Strider, that's an excellent halt. The Immortality Field had to come online, but wasn't enough as Ultima Web also took out that Cassidy. Now we see as well Pummy on this Reaper, putting in so many bullets into the backline. Crunch time just zapping around, but Coalescence is going to be online. G-Force, they want to keep their momentum, even moving forwards more. Owners caught out of position and taken out. A little bit of a Lucio stick there. Ultima Web does fall down though, gets stuck by the pulse bomb, but once again, G-Force, this is as good as it's going to get for a spawn door camp right now.
Yeah, and as they back up a little bit, because they know that they have to wait for Ultimate Web to come back, but Pummy, he's just sitting in that nice flank position. He's ready to do some damage.
And he's so close to the Death Blossom. Strider, meanwhile, also getting the Congo online. So we're going to see how this goes now. Okay, all the ultimates being dropped right now. Going to be pulling on the Immortality Field, keeping people alive, but for how long? As Pummy just unleashes death in the form of a Blossom, taking out the entire team. And Crunch Time just trying to zap around, but Ultima Web has his number and punches him out of the battle. Now, this is really aggressive coming out from G-Force, and it's working out for them.
Yeah, I definitely have to give big props to Strider there for pulling everyone into the Immortality Field, which you have to think that Celestial Sky's just like, no, we got this, and then Pummy just comes in and goes, no, this is my fight.
Hold on a minute. Strider playing the Orisa right now as if it was a Reinhardt. Ultima Wet, meanwhile, giving people a good old metal beaten down into the wall. And well, just with that aggression, nothing they can do. Celestial Sky, they're running out of time.
Yeah, I definitely have to say, I have, no time to say anything, because there's already another fight happening. Li Mi-young is in their spawn with a Coalescence. Let me say something.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing something there. Pummy, meanwhile, taking out UnPG once again. We can see the G-Force are backing up, but there's no one to touch the point. And with that, that's gonna be a very dominant second round for G-Force as they take our series 1-0.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that, like I said, I could barely get a word in with how many fights they kept bringing out, and play of the game's going to be going over to anyhow, which honestly is kind of surprising. I was expecting either Pummy or Strider to get it.
Well, to be in his defense, this was an excellent pull with that Gravitic Flux, just pulled everybody up into the air, and then comboed in with this Death Blossom that you're going to see right now. I mean, hey, there's a reason why the Death Blossom was able to be so successful, and that was off of what just happened there from anyhow.
Yeah, honestly, now that I got to watch it from his point of view, I didn't notice that he grabbed 5 of the 6 members of Celestial Sky, and honestly, I have to say that's just impressive on its own.
Yeah, everybody looking for those wondrous Sigma ults, but every now and then you just kind of grab a little bit of air and you just pull some dust off the ground, and you're like, well, good thing nobody saw that. Oh, wait, everybody did. Darn. But regardless, a very dominant start to the day. G-Force looking very dominant here. So now I'm curious to see what Celestial Sky might pick to kind of counter this, because, well, they show that they were very happy to play this Wrecking Ball composition, but even then they were willing to play double shields. And honestly, Celestial Sky, they just couldn't really crack that puzzle.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what map G-Force is going to ban to try and prevent Celestial Sky from picking it. And Celestial Sky, they got to really be thinking, what are we going to do to counter G-Force and their insane...
Yeah, it's one of those things too where you have to think, especially too with G-Force pulling out different styles. Celestial Sky might not really know what's going to stick for them, but hopefully they can find their footing here. And by the way, hey, that was some pretty exciting Overwatch we just watched. Did a certain player maybe stand out to you while you were watching that match of Overwatch? Well, if they did, then feel free to go down below and vote for an MVP. Kongman, what can you tell us about the MVP poll?
Oh, basically the big thing about the MVP poll is if you saw someone that you really enjoy and you really want to hear them talk to us, the casters, later, and maybe to you, chat, make sure you give them a vote. And for only 5 bits, you can vote again. So if you really want someone to get in there, you can drop 40 votes on someone. I mean, I know I've done that before.
Hey, it happens. Sometimes when you see that gameplay, you're just like, yes, just take all my bits. It's worth it. 100% worth it.
Yeah, and for only $1.40, you can get 100 bits, and that's 20 votes right there. I mean, for $1.40, that's good value.
That's some quick math right there, Kong man. I didn't even do that calculation, and he already had it down. We are getting word actually that the teams have voted. Well, it was actually GeForce that decided to ban a Blizzard World, which means that Celestial Sky, they're taking us to the good old map that everybody who plays Overwatch basically loves, and that's going to be King's Row. Kong man, what can you tell me about King's Row?
Oh, Scrim's Row is just an amazing map all in general. I know that anytime you play any Scrim, a lot of people are like, yo, can we start King's Row? Second map, can we go King's Row? Like, people just love King's Row. In my opinion, it is one of the most balanced maps in the game.
Yeah. Lots of, not like winding corridors, but I do like the fact that there is going to be a lot of those environmental, like, shields. Obstacles? Maybe that's the better word.
There you go.
But it just allows for a little bit more cover. There's a couple of high ground moments and things like that, but it does allow for quite a bit. And actually, we're going to be seeing GeForce start out on the attack on King's Row. So Kongman, I'm curious to see what they're going to be showing their hand with. A lot of teams like to play the rush on this map. Sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting because we know that, like, on the defense of King's Row, Maya's really good, but also if you know how to play it correctly, she's really good on offense. Like,
Absolutely.
King's Row is just one of those maps that you can pretty much play anything on and get high value, high success, and win games.
Yeah, pretty much. And specifically with Mei, of course, if you are playing that Reinhardt-based Rush Brawl style composition, those ice walls are just so instrumental in being able to isolate a member of the enemy's team, and then you can just kind of move in like a shark for the kill. I always love seeing it when two ice walls go up, boxing like 3 people from each team in, and you almost have like a mini 3v3 happen as the teams are kind of just rushing to figure out how they can break that ice down.
Yeah, it's always entertaining watching 5 people try to break a wall down while the other one's fending for their life. But I mean, hey, that's just part of Mei, that's part of Overwatch, and some people hate her, some people love her.
Yeah, I've heard the name of the Ice Devil be tossed around every now and then. And
Yes.
as somebody who likes playing Mei, well, I can say that is not that far off.
Oh, a Mei player in this caster booth? Oh man, I am the Symmetra player, so looks like we got 2 satanic spawns casting this tournament today.
It seems like this was a match maybe made in heaven. Maybe not. Maybe the other place. But let's see how this goes, as we are going to be teased with dueling rush compositions coming in here with some Meis. And let's see if Pummy sticks on this Widow as well.
Yeah, Pummy taking a couple shots, not getting a lot of value. Now he's going to swap over to the Hanzo, going to be shooting those logs just as fast as he can downrange.
Yeah, and already right off the bat, we still see those isolations while Strider able to escape with his life. Now it seems like the aggression is coming in. The Mei wall has come up. The isolation going in as well. Now it's just the Reinhardts just brawling against each other. Owners coming out on top of that duel. And just like that, GeForce, they're going to be walking this one back and waiting until Strider's back into the fight before they press again.
Yeah, I have to say that was an amazing wall coming out from crunch time, because honestly, like, the way he positioned that wall, Owners couldn't get back. Not Owners, sorry. Strider couldn't get back through, but his team thought he could, so they didn't really pump a lot of effort into getting him out of there.
Absolutely, and we're seeing this rotation happen again. Owners this time isolated. Immortality Field online as well. Dueling BAP ults coming out, but that's a Shatter online. Anyhow, it falls to the ground, but it's going to be met with the Dragon Strike coming through. And, well, I think Pummy is going to be coming out on top of this one, as GeForce should be able to make their way onto the point here. A sound barrier committed by UnPG, trying to keep this one alive, but it might be too late. Strider unleashing the Earth Shatter. And just like that, it's looking like they should have first point, but I wouldn't be surprised if Celestial decided to try and recontest at least once.
Yeah, I definitely have to say, for a 1.5-minute hold from the side of Celestial, that was really good, and then unfortunately Strider's Earth Shatter just kind of shut down anything that Celestial had for coming back.
And here we go. We're going to be moving into point number 2 now. Already you can see GeForce are going to be able to get a little bit better positioning, get their way through the arches, hopefully, because that is such a hard hold. Ice walls coming up. Defensively used this time. Strider goes in, but it's going to be a Blizzard on line for Celestial. And just like that, we can see that they're just being melted down, GeForce. They got nothing to counter that. That Mei ultimate, extremely powerful. And Ultima Rep also used the Blizzard there, but didn't get any value out of it.
Yeah, I definitely have to say, this is going to be really interesting, because we see Celestial Skies pushed all the way into GeForce's spawn, giving them a taste of their own medicine, but the spawn is right there, and if you die on the side of Celestial, you have a long way to get back.
Absolutely. Now we're seeing a change come out. Magic 8 Ball is going to be playing Ana, but gets stunned up, and the Cassidy coming in. Zafan doing a great job of taking them out. Now, it's going to be self-destruct committed into the back line. Creep getting beamed down, but thankfully able to survive, taking out Pummy in the process. Now, right now, Creep just coming alive alongside Crunchy Time. Gets frozen up, but is able to escape this, and the rest of the team should be able to help him out. As G-Force, they haven't made any significant cart progress just yet.
Yeah, Celestial Sky doing a great job just holding this car where it needs to be, keeping G-Force in their spawn. Like I said, giving them a taste of their own medicine, and Pummy's playing Symmetra. I'm actually really happy to see this.
Just like I'm happy to see him, May. But it's Strider coming from behind, goes in for the isolation. Crunch Time gets crunched against the wall. Amplification Matrix going to be tossed out, but that was kind of not great for Cinemo as she falls down as well. Now things are looking like G-Force are going to be getting this ball rolling as they just clean up the rest there, and finally they're able to get some cart progress.
Yeah, and honestly, for quite a while, I've actually been spectating Pummy now that I've seen him on the Symmetra. He did a really good job baiting Creep into that little alleyway where he just had the car wash set up. And needless to say, Diva Mech doesn't like to be cleaned.
Yeah, well, you know what? This is why you just blow it up and then you got a brand spanking new one that's nice and shiny. No car wash required, Kong Man.
Yeah, and as we can see, Pummy already has the Symmetra wall after just swapping over to her. And honestly, oh, there's a wall.
Oh, that was an excellent timed wall coming out of Crunch Time, and now the Blizzard is going to be committed in as well. Ultimate Web trading it back for one of their own. Photon Barrier also online, keeping these teams nice and honest with each other. On PG also committing Sound Barrier. Crunchy Time stuck in a bit of a precarious situation. Meanwhile, Owner's blocking the Shatter, but gets run over. Right now, G-Force are in full momentum forwards, and they're going to be winning out this fight, and this should be point number 2 for them.
Yeah, just watching Pummy on that Symmetra, just holding the left click onto the shield, just shows just how good Symmetra is into this composition. Reinhardt's shields just cease to exist with the Symmetra around.
Yeah, and well now Pummy gonna be swapping over to the Doomfist, trying to pummel some people. Maybe just living up to their name right there. But how do you feel about that on this third point?
Honestly, third point is just really good for Doomfist. You have that nice little high ground that you can drop your E off of, your little seismic slam, and you can punch people off the high ground like you just did with D.Va there.
Yeah, make sure you get the better positioning here. Owner's going in for the kill, but thankfully it is a defensive ice wall cut that came up. Amplification Matrix dropped down, but it's going to be a Sound Barrier online for Magic 8 Ball. G-Force now nice and healthy. Ultima Web going to be 1v1ing a Lucio. Never mind, he's got help from a Lucio of his own, and now the kill feed is just lighting up red as G-Force have murder in their eyes, and they're going to be taking the entire team down.
Yeah, Zafan on the Cassidy had a bit of a weird timing on that McCreel, because unfortunately there were just 2 walls in his face, and you just kind of had to stand there and go, well, it might be high noon.
Yeah, well, now a Blizzard coming out online, just making sure that they can't even come out from the left side. No one even able to touch, thanks to excellent stalling coming out from Ultima Web. And that was a very dumb... Now they've got a fantastic time bank. 2 minutes and 41 seconds going into this next half.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that it's a really impressive time bank to have on King's Row, because I know sometimes it's not even close. So you're down to like 2 seconds, maybe overtime, maybe a minute if you're even lucky. But seeing 2:41 for G-Force, that's really good on their side.
Oh, absolutely. And basically how G-Force have been playing this, I wouldn't be surprised if they think that they can prevent, Celestial from even making it to the end of this map right now, Kongman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure G-Force has the confidence right now that they're probably saying to each other that Celestial Sky, they won't even get first tick.
Yep, absolutely. But I'm curious to see what they're going to be pulling out here, because it seemed like, just in general, G-Force was willing to show just a little bit more flexibility when it came to their composition, which is ultimately why it worked out. You know, you talked about the Symmetra, and that's so important in taking down that Rhine shield to just allow the rest of the team to do things.
Yeah, and as we're watching here, well, unfortunately he swapped off, but we did see G-Force flooding a Symmetra for a little bit on the side of the defense. So I was getting a little excited, but unfortunately we're not going to be seeing that today.
That's okay. They still got a May on the field. So you know what? At least 50% of the casting booth tonight. Oh, 33% of the casting booth can be nice and happy about these picks coming in here. But it looks like it's going to be a double bubble coming in from G-Force. And how do you feel about that on the defense?
I did happen to see them actually play a double bubble once back during the Will Invitational tournament, and they did decent on it. I do know that Strider would rather be playing ball, but he's pretty good at Monkey as well.
Well, let's see how this goes. Owners playing this Reinhardt. Celestial Sky sticking to their guns with rush composition. That's a very precarious situation that Lee Moo Young is going to be in, but thankfully the rest of the team is going to be moving in. It was a huge anti-nade coming in as Strider finds Sinamo already. And well, hey, that strategy worked out because that was an absolutely massive anti-nade that came out, just allowing nobody from Celestial Sky to get any healing.
Yeah, that it's honestly the synergy that G-Force has, because you saw Lee Mi-young just kind of step out, immediately get his Zarya bubble, and then just walk away after nading 3 of them, and G-Force was just able to collapse and win the fight.
Yeah, and, well, collapse. Maybe that's a better way to describe how Celestial Sky felt there, as they just collapsed within seconds. Now looking for another opportunity to re-engage. Whoa, Pummy falling extremely low. Cinemo doing a great job.
Nade again.
Huge nade, but Immortality Field tossed this time. Keeps people alive, but not for too much longer. Cinemo has been having a tough time. He's just getting so much pressure, and those anti-nades are just unstoppable right now from Lee Mi-young.
Yeah, oh, it looks like we're going to be seeing a stagger here onto this little tiny baby diva, and there she goes.
Ooh, you know what? Just anyhow, thank you. As somebody who's played a lot of Diva before, thank you anyhow. Thank you.
Yes, that's what I remember. I used to be a diva main before I picked up the Symmetra, and I always hated being debacked and standing there going, alright, how long am I going to get camped?
Just pop out an emote, you know, something like that. But Owners now wants to take ownership of this into his own hands. Moving forwards, Nanobu's committed. That's going to be an ice wall going up there to try and suck things down, but Owners gets stuck. Falls to 25 HP, but thankfully the team is here to help. Ultima Web just got caught up in the explosions. Now, Strider is going to be just flying around, whipping people back and forth. Meanwhile, Pummy gets the duplicate on the line as well, building up the self-destruct, has it in hand. Now, waiting for an opportunity. Going to be locked to get towards the spawn here. Now, Pummy just going to be looking for another opportunity to probably get out of mech, but an excellent hold right now from G-Force.
Yeah, and Ultimate Web, after dying to his pulse bomb, is already back because that's just how fast Tracer is. And don't worry, Ultimate Web, we're going to pretend we didn't see that.
Nope, absolutely not. Strider fell extremely low, but got a bubble, and now the re-engagement is coming through. Reaper in crunch time with an amplification matrix, but Sound Barrier online as well. G-Force, it might have been a little bit preemptive. Now, they're going to be moving in here. Sound Barrier of one on Celestial side as well, as the Monkey got the Nano, but just gets taken out by the Deadeye. Now, it's looking like Celestial Sky should be able to win this one. A couple of ultimates online for them as well. Owners is looking for an opportunity to let this one loose, but has to be careful because, well, Pummy, extremely dangerous, but not as dangerous as Owners running forwards. As Lee Mi-young is basically in their spawn. Maybe not. Did get the memo about the spawn camp not happening this time, but with that, it looks like Celestial Sky should be able to get point number 1 on PG, looking for the opportunity, but decides to back off, as that's going to be point number 1 for Celestial Sky.
Yeah, it did take Celestial Sky about 3 minutes to get that point after just beating their head against the Mei wall just over and over again, but they did finally break through, and now we're going to see them on the streets phase, and honestly, looking at Celestial Sky, I think they're going to have a lot more success in this area.
Let's see how this goes. Owner still has this Earth Shatter online. Not too many shields to block it. They got the Zarya as well as the Winston bubble, but oh, that's a huge stick. Thankfully, the Immortality Field came out because I think a lot of people went low, but that's a huge shatter as well. It found 2, but Strider going to be popping the Primal Rage now. Going to be tossing people. It's an angry monkey, and he wants nothing but death. G-Force making their presence known here. Crunch time. Can't even teleport away as the Ball of Death continues to roll. G-Force looking dominant, and now looks like they might be thinking about a spawn door hold. Strider on the top ground alongside of Ultima Web. They're going to be camping out on top here. Looks like Celestial Sky are a little bit wiser. They take the high ground instead. They know they can win these close quarter combats. Anyhow, finds crunch time though, as Owners falls down as well. And now G-Force, they're back to spawn camping.
Yep, G-Force just doing what G-Force does best, sitting at your spawn door and saying, hey, you can't come out yet. It's not time to play.
Yeah, you know, it's the ultimate choke point if you ask me, and, well, it's a good way to play it. Now, a couple of swaps coming online as well. Strider just looking around. It looks like, actually, Celestial Sky are like, you know what, over here, opting for G-Force's strategy of rotating around the back. You know, swapping positions, who's really on defense, who's on offense, without the colors, who could tell? But Amplification Matrix dropped down as Strider goes in deep. Gets the bubble, now has the Primal Rage online again. He's been so instrumental with this, knocking Zafan away from his team. That was instrumental in dealing with the Deadeye, but this is Death Blossom online. Crunch time only found 1 though. Not as much value as you would want here. And the rest of G-Force are just going to be moving in and cleaning up, as that looked just clean, Kongman.
I don't know, I'm definitely, like, if talking about the MVP poll, right now I have to vote for Pummy, because not only did he just, like, absolutely turn that fight around, he charged on PG out of the sound barrier, then he shattered 2, and just helped clean up the fight, and honestly, like, Pummy, he might be a good MVP candidate.
Don't try and sway the votes just quite yet, because we got another brawl coming in here already. Plenty of opportunities for each of these players to show us something new. And now with the counter rotation from G-Force coming in anyhow, looking for a grab opportunity. throws it out, doesn't get eaten by the Diva, but now catches both of the tanks here. Crunch Time, meanwhile, in the backline, almost found the Ana, is able to get away with it, but gets taken down. But now it looks like Celestial might have enough staying power in order to move the cart forwards, but still, they've only got 45 seconds left on the clock, and they don't have any cart progress at all.
Yeah, but luckily, since it is the street phase, as you can see, G-Force has so far to go before they can contest this. Celestial Sky, they're going to get a lot of progress here just for free because of how the spawns work in this map.
Now let's see how this goes here. Celestial Sky moving up. Strider looking for an opportunity to go in, gets hit with the Fire Strike. Already almost has a Primal online again. It's been every single fight Strider has been able to get a Primal online. Gonna get the bubble. Well, now it is time for Strider to be in the backline. You're gonna pop the Primal Rage. That's gonna be a Sound Barrier online for G-Force. See how it goes. Sound Barrier online for Celestial as well. Deadeye in hand. Zafan using it, looking for an opportunity. Gets taken extremely low. Was able to come out on top. The picks coming in for Celestial Sky, but G-Force, they're still thinking about contesting this one up. Excuse me. Owners finds a Magic 8 Ball, and Strider might just be looking for that ample opportunity to go in. Goes onto the high ground, gonna be stalling it out, drops the bubble. It's all up to him. Falls down. Pummy, though, was able to take out Zafan. They're still contesting this thing right now. Let's see if they can continue to do it. Ultima Wep is a Tracer, which is incredibly hard to take out, but as soon as Owners finds that, well, it's gonna be point number 2, and now it's just gonna be the rush for the end of this map.
Yeah, and as they have those last 70 meters to go with a minute 20 on the clock, it's going to be interesting to see if Celestial Sky can actually capitalize on G-Force's mistakes here. And looking at the ult economy, G-Force is sitting kind of comfortable.
Absolutely, that's a Shatter coming in, taking Pummy out of that duplication form. Death Blossom unleashed as well by Crunch Time, but G-Force, they're not finding the picks that they need. Pummy might have something to say about it, but an Amplification Matrix dropped down by Cinemo as they all get stuck into anyhow's Grav. And, well, hey, this is looking like G-Force were able to turn that one on its head. Such an expensive fight for Celestial Sky there.
Yeah, I definitely have to say you kind of gave the caster's curse there, as you said that G-Force was not getting any picks that they needed, and then just immediately turned it around with that amazing grab. Like, good lord, G-Force.
Yeah, right now, hey, maybe MVP candidate potential. It's a huge, what do you call it, anti-nade going in there. Strider just cleaning up Zafan. Now, anyhow, just marching things forward. This is the type of Zarya play I like to see. Just a super aggressive, super charged up, just ready to beam people down, looking like a scene out of the new Ghostbusters, if you ask me.
Yeah, that 80 charge Zarya is kind of scary, just because you have that little cooldown before the enemy team pushes in. And, wait, what's this? Ultimate Wep's in a flank position.
Yeah, Ultimate Wep was definitely trying to coordinate that. Pummy has swapped over to the Genji. Didn't expect this one here, but there's plenty of opportunities for G-Force to make this one work. Huge anti-nade onto Owners. Owners extremely low here, and anyhow, meanwhile, has 100% charge. Pummy almost falling down, but able to make it out with their life. Now Sound Barrier committed. Anyhow, has a grab online as well. Sucks so many people into it, as well as a huge anti-nade coming in from Lee Moo Young. Now the Genji is going to get the nano boost as well. Pummy almost up. Slicing, dicing, and making it look like it's Hell's Kitchen here, as Pummy found so much value off of that blade, but it's not over yet because Zafan on this Tracer has been a deadly combination, and now Celestial Sky, they're back into this. Strider swapping over to the Wrecking Ball to get back into this fight. If they can find Keep, it's going to put their team into a better position here. But Celestial Sky have kind of stabilized onto this point now. Some ultimates coming online. Pummy has swapped onto the Bastion as well. That's an excellent pick, but they C9'd it! Gongman! They C9'd the cart when they were in a position to take it away. Oh, yeah, no.
That's definitely going to be very disheartening. I was even watching to make sure like Strider didn't boop someone. No, the Reinhardt just opted to walk off the cart. He's just like, nah, I don't need this objective today. We'll take it back in map 3.
Yeah, well, you hate to see that happen, but it does happen every now and then. And once again, anyhow, getting the play of the game. You know, these off-tank ultimates have been honestly really on point. First we saw the Sigma, what do you call it, gravitic flux move people up into the air, and then now we're seeing, obviously, on this Zarya role, just getting so much value, especially with how the team was playing. Zarya's grabs were just absolutely massive. Something about the word grab, I guess, you know?
I definitely have to say that anyhow's really good with the word grab somewhere in that ultimate. He had a five-man gravitic flex, 4-man graviton surge right there, and I just have to say, it's pretty good.
Yes, absolutely. Well, now G-Force are in a position to take this one home. We are a best of 5, meaning that if they win out the next map, then they're going to be winning out against Celestial Sky. So once again, G-Force, they're going to get a banner map. Celestial Sky, meanwhile, are going to be able to pick it. But Kongman, we talked a lot about MVPs here, potential MVP candidates. And what are you going to say about that?
Well, of course, as we always have to say, make sure you vote for the MVP candidate. We're definitely not being told to say that on repeat or anything. But honestly, like just looking at the side of GeForce, I mean, honestly, anyone on the side of GeForce is looking really good to potentially be a MVP candidate. And on the side of Celestial Sky, I definitely have to say that Crunch Time and Creep are just two like really good members on their
Absolutely.
side. So honestly, like I'd have to say those two for Celestial Sky, and just about anyone for GeForce.
Yeah, I mean, also too, don't refuse. He does not have a gun to her head, by the way. I just want to make that clear. Based on what Kongman said, I felt like we might need to clarify there. But yes, if you do vote for an MVP, like you said, there's so many people who are coming out on top. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to throw this name out there because I think that they're a huge impact player right now. Lee Moo Young, with those anti-nades, has been absolutely massive. They're always making so many people get a little bit of that Kool-Aid onto their health bars. And well, GeForce are more than happy to move in, even though they might be a man down. They've just been getting so much value off of Lee Moo Young playing on that Ana Kong, man.
Yeah, definitely to say Lee Moo Young just getting those insane auto nades like we saw on the defense of the first point.
Yeah.
But I definitely have to say that Anyhow is kind of the MVP of those, because anytime Lee Moo Young would just appear in the enemy team, Anyhow would just give him the bubble and Lee Moo Young would just walk out of it. So without Anyhow on the Zarya, Lee Moo Young would just be inting like most people do in my games.
Yeah, it's like straight up, the strategy is unconventional at best, but it's really working out for GeForce right now. Like you said, that I hadn't even realized that. Anyhow has been doing a great job of keeping the team alive, not always just Strider. We see off tanks often just play around their main tank, especially on that Zarya role, but that kind of cheapens the Zarya experience, if you will, coming soon to a theater near you, because those bubbles are so important for keeping some of your squishier members alive, right, Kongban?
Yeah, I definitely have to say, like, every now and then I will dabble in the Zarya gameplay because
The
I
Zarya
like playing.
experience.
Yes, the Zarya experience, because I
There
love
we
playing Symmetra. She's got a beam, Zarya's got a beam. The more you do,
Same thing.
the more damage you put out. So I mean, yeah, basically the same thing. But with Zarya, you get a nice bubble, and it's really good to just kind of look at your DPS that's inting, and you go, yeah, I don't think you'll die right now.
Yeah, and on top of that too, with how some of this lineup has been going there, obviously Pummy was playing a little bit more of these, not like in your face type heroes, but we did see the Doomfist come online, the Genji, as well as the Echo. And I do think that Anyhow was doing a great job of bubbling that key player Pummy, because Pummy was just going in there and finding kills, and you could tell that Celestial Sky wanted to take them out immediately. But Bubble and the rest of GeForce were there to support him. So I think that a lot of really good teamwork is coming out of GeForce. Like you said, Kongman, they've clearly got some experience playing together.
Yeah, GeForce, I think they've been around for about half a year, I want to say, maybe less. And honestly, like just these 6 members are just really, really good together. And while we are discussing this, we do have our map 3 choice. Sorry, I'm stuttering over my own words here. We are going to be on Watchpoint Gibraltar. In my opinion, has to be my least favorite map. But what are your thoughts on Gibraltar?
I actually really like Watchpoint Gibraltar. Don't give me that right now. I look like I just gave you mental damage based on just that one line alone. But I think it allows for some unique opportunities here. A lot of high ground, especially underneath the bridge on that first point. It's a little strange. And on top of that too, we've got the famous photo of the San Francisco Shock running the double shield composition with, on top of that giant spacecraft there. So there's a lot of high ground to be explored here. Obviously, this might enable GeForce to play a little bit more of that ball divey style. But you know what, Kongman? Let's see how things shake out.
I'm gonna be honest, I had forgotten about that San Francisco image until you showed it to me.
Did it give you more mental damage? That's what I was aiming to do.
I am having bad flashbacks to that map.
No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, what do you think about this map? Because obviously we differ on opinion here.
Honestly, like I'll just be honest, like Gibraltar is just a weird map to me in general. Like you got this, like in the first area, you have this weird dip that you have to go down for whatever reason, which just creates a weird choke point. And then getting around that corner at the top of the hill is just another weird choke point you have to get around.
Mm.
Like I'll be honest, I love playing Symmetra, which means I love choke points. These choke points are just weird.
The anti-sim choke points, they're calling them TM, 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 TM. You will hear from our lawyers if you use that phrase. But we're being teased right now. Celestial Sky, they're going to be running a double bubble here. How do you feel about Crunch Time playing this Echo?
It's definitely going to be interesting because I don't really know much about. Okay, as I'm trying to say that, I just hear Echo spamming voice lines. I've never been a huge like Echo player. I understand how she works, but I just can't. I have like the bronze level Echo play, so anyone
Gotcha.
that plays Echo at a higher level is just amazing to me. So it's going to be interesting to see what Crunch Time does.
And speaking of interesting, right now, GeForce's composition is interesting. Strider on this Hog. Let's see how it works out for them. Once again, GeForce, if they win this out, then they're going to be taking it home here. Right now, the team is getting all bundled up. We saw anyhow get in, or sorry, Owners get in there, but tried to jump away. Didn't matter. Strider found him with the hook. Hooked him right out of the sky here, and now GeForce are going to be walking things forward. Very unconventional composition coming out of them.
I mean, I definitely have to say this is basically the updated pirate ship, but it's kind of weird that the main part of pirate ship is not on the card. Instead, it's just Torb down there just beating away up this turret, which honestly, that's just what Torbs love to do.
Yeah, fair enough, but don't forget about the turret. That is going to be Pummy here. We see Owners trying to just take him out, and it is going to be an Echo that might be able to do it, but so much support just being punched into Pummy, making sure that Pummy does not die. And look at how much cart progress that GeForce have already made right now. Strider looking around, gets purpled. It's going to be extremely difficult to escape from that one. And now the picks are coming through for Celestial Sky. It looks like they're going to be able to stabilize here. GeForce, they're going to be losing members. Anyhow is still on it, though, alongside Lee Moo Young. They're going to be trying to put on a little bit of pressure, give their team a little bit of time to come back in here as Magic 8 Ball did find Zafan. Anyhow falling pretty low, but regardless, almost has the Congo online. Oh, looking for that chance to use the supercharger, but isn't going to find it here as Strider is taking a little bit of a nap up close to server room. Pummy's back, though, on a Tracer. Let's see this Tracer Ball synergy here. Looks like GeForce were just having fun to start, but now it's time to play Overwatch. Strider going in, but right now Zafan finds Magic 8 Ball, and suddenly there's not going to be too much healing coming out. As also, too, a rally is invested by UnPG. You can see Celestial Sky, they definitely don't want to be losing this fight, and are investing heavily for it. As Crunch Time is also on this Wrecking Ball now, trying to take down Strider, but has to get out of that duplication form to escape. But, I mean, now on the Soldier 76, a lot of swaps coming in here, Kongman.
Yeah, and as we notice that Torb is, the ultimate weapon is still playing Torb, he's got the ultimate, and it's going to be really interesting to see how he uses it, if he wants to go for full-on damage or just zone control.
Yeah, you usually see that getting a lot more damage here, but this, okay, Supercharger online, UnPG, gonna be stepping into the lava, gonna be melted alive. Right now, Owners trying to get somebody down, but it gets taken out. And while this is gonna be GeForce just walking through, Crunch Time, the last remaining member. Okay, gets taken out now. Zafan is zipping around, but not gonna have too much to deal with all of that as they fall down as well. And while GeForce, they're gonna be getting point number 1.
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing that there's not many swaps coming out on the side of Celestial Sky. They've kind of been running the same composition throughout this entire series, and you think at some point they're going to realize and go, you know, we need to change this up a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully, but hey, you know what, GeForce, they went back to their first composition. Strider back onto the Hog, meanwhile Pummy on the Soldier 76 still, but still just trying to do something. Pummy almost got taken down, finally will get taken down. Might have overextended just a little bit there with the Amplification Matrix, but GeForce are more than happy to take this as they've got a lot of cart progress already. Now, we see the engagement. Owners comes in, immediately gets melted down. Meanwhile, Strider going to be taking a nap in the back line, doesn't matter anyhow, is going to be their main tank today. The Orisa Shield's just doing so much good work. That's the thing with Celestial Sky. They haven't really been contesting the cart in these team fights, so they've just given so much cart progress to GeForce, as this looks like it's just going to be point number 2.
Yeah, GeForce is just kind of just rolling right now on this map. Like, the cart just doesn't stop. They're making sure someone's always on it, rolling it forward. I want to say GeForce has only lost 1 fight.
You know, I even in that, it's not really the case. There's only been a total of, I think, 3 team fights this entire map, and that's just because Celestial Sky just do not touch the point, honestly. They're hanging back and playing the far game.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been kind of a little bit of a passive player, but I mean, at some point, even if you're a passive player like me, you have to know like when to walk forward and touch the point. Anyhow, kind of having a seizure on the point there, kind of weird to see.
Just gotta turn things around a little bit. Strider caught in a precarious position, gets taken out. And now Owners is the one in the precarious position. Has to get out of there. Pummy, meanwhile, has the visor online. Oh, okay, we're gonna be seeing a crunchy soldier coming into the back line here. Gonna be looking for the sights here as Zafan leads the charge now. Crunch time, gonna be using that, but Zafan is just too much of a menace. Taking out so many of the team members here. And D-Force are gonna have to rethink that one, as you can just see. Strider just gonna be blocking the exit there as Zafan continues to just kind of fly around here, stall things out.
Yeah, and definitely, it's kind of weird that Zephian decided to go all the way into the spawn, because now that he's dead, I mean, sure, he has a slightly closer spawn, but GeForce, they now have time to capitalize on this.
Yeah, absolutely, and capitalize they will. Pummy, meanwhile, onto the Widowmaker. You can tell GeForce, they're just having fun with things now. Might be an opportunity, though, for Celestial Sky to capitalize here. Grab online, it's going to find Ultra Wep. You can see he's just using the lava, but it's going to get taken out of there. This lava does good, though, as it finds Creep, and Strider coming from the side, just being like, hello. And with that, that's going to be a team fight win. GeForce now posed to win it right here.
Yeah, Pummy swapping over to the Widow was really good. I actually decided to spectate him there for a second. Out of the 6 shots he fired, he hit 5 of them, and he's just hitting more. He's not missing right now.
Oh my goodness, with an amplification matrix in front as well. Meanwhile, Strider just looking for some opportunities here. Crunch time on the Genji now as well. Strider in the backline almost has whole hog. Has to escape, has a little trick spot over there, but meanwhile, Anyhow is doing their best to hold the front line. The supercharger is online, but Strider is just biding his time here. Gonna get booped though. And well, Strider, well, that didn't really pay off for them as GeForce, they still have 2 minutes to make this one work.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to stop spectating Pummy for a second. He started missing a lot more shots near the end of that fight, which just seems to be the caster thing. You spectate a Widow, they instantly start missing every shot. And now that I stop spectating him, I just see him farming more damage onto the tanks.
Well, let's see how Celestial Sky want to stabilize here. They are swapping over to Double Bubble. Crunch time on this Genji. What do you think about that?
That's definitely going to be interesting because, like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about Crunch Time. I mean, he seems to be putting in a lot of work for his team. I mean, he has a lot of damage dealt. Highest damage on his team by a lot. And he's already got to kill it anyhow. Like, this man's putting in work.
Yeah, and with the Amplification Matrix, that's going to be GeForce just deciding to back off of this one. It's too hard to push into that, especially with the double shield, but Crunch Time gets hooked by Strider. Suddenly this is winnable as the welcome mat is going to be thrown onto the ground. Now, it's a game of the floor is lava as Strider just pulls Cinemo through the fire. And now it's looking like GeForce might be in an opportunity to re-engage here. Amplification Matrix dropped. The hook goes out, doesn't even need it as Owners falls down. Now GeForce looking for an opportunity. Crunch time back in front of Strider. Strider going for his little cheeky spot once again. They're going to get the rock from Creep. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson now anyhow. He's still on this point. Drops down the shield. But Pummy is over onto the, what do you call it, Junkrat. And that's going to be a lot of damage. Ultiweb as well with that turret. Just doing so much work. Crunch time falling down. It's all up to Owners and Zafan. Zafan has done it before, but can he do it again? He's definitely trying here, falling extremely low. Stall things out. An immortality field has been dropped, but immediately takes it down. Finds Ultra Web, but no one from Celestial Sky can touch it. And that's going to be round number 1 with a 20 seconds on the clock for GeForce.
Yeah, definitely want to give a big shout out to Crunch Time there, because that entire round, he was the damage leader out of not just his team, but also against GeForce until that very final fight where he died early and Ultimate Web could just farm. So honestly, Crunch Time is just carrying this team as much as he can right now, when unfortunately you can't really 1v6 against this composition at GeForce, but I have to say, he's putting in a lot of work. Like, I kind of want to vote this man for MVP.
Well, hey, this is our 3rd map here, and if, I'm just saying if, I'm not saying it's going to happen, so I'm not caster cursing anything, but if GeForce do win this one out, then the MVP poll is going to be closed. So, hey, right now, hey, you watching at home, if you see somebody that you think is just doing an amazing job, maybe it is Crunch Time, maybe it's Zafan, maybe it's Pummy, then make sure to vote for them down in the MVP poll, and we're going to be pulling them into the booth to chat with us. But regardless, now the teams are going to be swapping. We said this before, but I'll say it again. GeForce, I think they want to full hold. Okay, well, obviously everybody wants to full hold, but I think that they're aiming to stop Celestial Sky from even finishing the map here, Kongman.
Yeah, because I don't want to give away too many secrets right now, but Ultimate Web is currently walking out of spawn with that Junkrat, and Unfortunately, like this is one reason why I hate Watch Point Gibraltar. Is Junkrat's just so strong on that little underground area, and based on what I'm looking at, it looks like where the Junkrat's setting up at. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of pain coming from this Junkrat.
And you know what? That's all you want to see out of your Junkrat. If you're on the right composition. Now we see they teleport up onto the high ground there. G-Force were quick to react to disengage here. You can tell that they actually wanted to take the fight close to their spawn. Now Owners just goes for the hop in, can't get anywhere, but Crunch Time did find Li Mu Yang. Now, Owners getting extremely low. Meanwhile, Strider hanging out on the back line. Strider's has just been on these off angles looking for hooks as Pummy meets his unfortunate end with a big old whip shot to the face. Now Celestial Sky looking pretty comfortable here as Owners goes in deep to get the bow. Might have been an overextension as Ultima Wep does find the explosion there, but right now Celestial Sky are more than happy to take all of this cart progress. Look at that. They're already almost at point number 1. G-Force suffering from some Celestial Sky syndrome here on this defense. Ultima Wep did find Zafan, but it looks like Celestial Sky want to continue to go in here. Crunch Time gets hooked. Fell extremely low. We see Strider going in for it, but thankfully a health pack did come in. Keep him alive, but not for too much longer as Magic 8 Ball finds the pick there. And with that, G-Force, they stabilize on that defense, but just barely.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that Ultimate Wep is putting in the work right now. I mean, he has his ultimate before anyone else, and he's the 25% ahead of Strider. And as I say that, Strider just instantly gets like 15 more percent. So, you know, that's just... Thank you, Strider.
Yeah, you know, he heard what you said and was just like, well, all right, if you don't think it's high enough, then I can do something about that, you know?
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting seeing how exactly Ultimate Web's going to be using this tire. If he wants to try and get that big 6-man one, or just, you know, because there's now a Mercy in play, you just throw the tire at the Mercy and just make UnPG's life unbearable.
Yeah, you know, nothing like a parkouring Rip Tire here. Nano committed on to Owners. But couldn't get too much value here. Finally goes in, but it's just getting booped away by Magic 8 Ball. And just like that, the Nano boost is already over. Meanwhile, that's going to be the tire coming in. Ultima Wep looking around. Got only 2 seconds left. Coming into the sky. Doesn't find anybody because UnPG already got taken out by Li Mu Yang. So there goes that strategy. Now Strider is looking around. Almost finds Crunch Time there, but doesn't matter. G-Force, they're looking nice and comfortable. Now they have a Supercharger online as well. They're just walking forwards. Oh, okay, they're just going to be throwing all of their ultimates onto the table right here, right now. If they don't win out this team fight, then I don't know what Celestial are on, but I want some of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we see, well, there goes Strider, but Strider was just walking into their spawn, and it just seems that G-Force is just kind of having fun, just doing their own thing right now. And Celestial Sky, they're struggling to get back to the cart now.
Yeah, and we actually saw a little bit of ultimates being committed from Celestial Sky, and I don't think I agree with that. Given that the fight was already almost over and they still lost that one out, finally they're finding some picks. Taking out Ultima Wep is going to make this push a lot easier, but they've only got just over a minute to get to this point number 1.
Yeah, I definitely also want to say that was kind of interesting on the side of Celestial Sky for resing the Tracer, considering the fact their spawn's right there, and now you still have 10 seconds left on your res, so if someone dies now, you're going to have to wait.
Absolutely, but it doesn't matter. They're swarming anyhow. We're able to take them out. Meanwhile, Pummy is onto a bastion once again. Owner's going 1v1 against Strider. Waiting for it. Cinemo, though, gets rezzed right in front of Strider, but Strider gets put to sleep. Somebody woke him up. You hate to see that happen. Doesn't matter, though, because that's going to be point number 1, so Celestial Sky. They're going to be rolling forwards as well. Pummy on that bastion is going to get taken out.
Yeah, definitely want to say Strider has to be like the MVP of taking naps right now. I want to say that's his 6th sleep this game. And, yeah, I mean, G-Force is still capitalizing on this, so Strider, he's just take a nap whenever he wants, honestly.
Yeah, you know, it's hard work being the main tank sometimes, even when you're the off tank. And well, Strider definitely knows that feeling. Crunch Time, though. Fast Magic 8 Ball.
There's number 7.
Number 7. Make that tick mark on your board, ladies and gentlemen, because that's exactly what happened here. Meanwhile, Celestial Sky have just been kind of owning. They're able to turn this one around. Strider gets put to sleep once again. That's number 8, and now he's going to be taken out of the fight, so that's a lot of cart progress for Celestial Sky.
Yeah, Magic 8 Ball is currently just kind of contesting. Well, never mind. All right, there's the caster curse once again. And, well, Celestial Sky has 2 minutes to push it. Well, not that far.
Yeah, I would expect that G-Force would want to take this one more time. We see the Nano Boost committed. Anyhow, going to be moving in there on this Nano Winston now. Going for the high ground here. Don't forget to touch the cart. Thankfully, they do have somebody contesting it. And just like they're going to be moving this back, Zafan and Owners still hanging around the cart here, but Pummy took out Cinemo. Now, Owner gets purpled. He's going to pop the Primal Rage, just keep himself nice and healthy as he dives into the back line here. Just whacking people around, able to find Lee Moo Young. Zafan, meanwhile, finding Pummy as well. G-Force trying to stabilize a little bit. They do have the respawners advantage, but they're not finding any of the kills to match. And just like that, Celestial Sky, they're on point number 2.
Yep, and Strider currently just chilling on top of the card, and, well, that's once again, there's the Caster's Curse. I think I'm just gonna, you know, let you cast for the rest of this tournament, because I'll...
Cool. That won't be hard at all. As speaking of not being hard, Puppy takes down Owners. Now, anyhow, just hanging out on the cart. This time he gets to sleep as well as gets purpled up. But doesn't matter. You can just tell G-Force right now they're just having so much fun. Puppy found the dash onto UnPG, and well, what's that? Crunch Time was on a Lucio. Gets booped off the edge. That might not be the most settling way to go down here, but meanwhile, G-Force, you know, they're still taking these extremely scrappy 1v1s all over the map right now, Kongman.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that these 1v1s are very interesting, and I'm just going to give a nice little, like, direction here for Zafan. Zafan, if you're watching this back, check your corners, because you ran right past the 1 HP Winston.
Yeah, hate to see that. Anyhow, also low once again. Finally, it looks like picks are coming through. Celestial Sky are able to move the cart forwards, and now they're able to get out of that spawn. They just have under 2 minutes, but it's looking a lot winnable for them right now.
Yeah, G-Force is doing a lot better, but as we see Celestial Sky walking forward with 1:40 and only about 50 meters left to go, I honestly think we might see this go to a round 3.
Let's see how things go. Strider's now onto the Reinhardt. Pummy on the thing as well, but Owners gets taken for a ride. Now anyhow on the Winston gets the nano boost. You can see it's going to be the dual tanks walking forwards, being nice and big and tough. And just like that, it's looking like G-Force are going to be nice and comfortable. Potentially spawn camping once again.
Yeah, once again, I believe I spoke too soon. So there's the Caster's Curse. So I'm going to say this. I don't think we will see a round 3 on this map. Wink.
There you go. Now you've checked your checks and balances, right?
Yes. So now hopefully, well, unhopefully, we won't see a round 3.
I don't know what to believe anymore. Every time you say something, I'm going to assume you mean the opposite here. Just trying to Caster's Curse yourself. Anyways, looks like G-Force are really just holding them back. Anyhow, Pop the Primal Rage went right into the back line here. Is going to be able to escape. Pummy did find Zafan. Now, anyhow, moving around here. Zipping and zapping. This time with the Tesla gun. Not quite the tracer rounds. And, yeah, Celestial Sky, they have to think about a new strategy here, because whatever they're doing, it's just not working right now.
Yeah, they currently have 20 seconds, and a questionable Diva Bomb coming out there. 20 seconds to go touch that cart, and, well, G-Force, they're just kind of sitting in spawn, and this is, well, there goes Pummy.
Yeah, Pummy gets taken out. Crunch Time, meanwhile, duplicated the Pharah here, unable to find the barrage in time, but doesn't matter. They are going to be able to get back onto this cart. Magic 8 Ball falls down as well. It's just late Moo Young. Nothing too much an Anna can do here. But now it's going to be Winston v. Winston. Planet of the Apes style combat. But G-Force, they have plenty of opportunities to stall this one out. We're seeing some swaps come in once again as Strider is on the Hog. Pummy back onto the Bastion as well. Okay, never mind. Strider going for... it looks like we're back to the double shield composition. So, Celestial Sky, this is going to be the last fight to win it all. Can G-Force stop them right here, right now? Hopefully Celestial Sky can turn this around. Hopefully they don't step off the cart like last time. Let's see how this goes. The engagement is going to be coming through once again. Owners just kind of poking and prodding. Crunch Time already found late Moo Young. But that Bastion is so deadly. Owners immediately had to get out of there as Crep goes down here. But Crunch Time did find anyhow, and Zafan finds Pummy as well. Celestial Sky in a pretty good position to win this one out. G-Force, same thing applies. They got to stay on this cart to make sure that it works. The picks right now coming through for Celestial Sky. Strider gets purpled, but is just rolling around. Once again, Strider doing a really good job of just playing this Wrecking Ball. And that's going to allow the team enough time to just kind of respawn here, as Anyhow is now the tank onto the point here. Just like that, it happened again. G-Force are going to be winning it out. 3-0 against Celestial Sky, as unfortunately they just stepped off the cart for 1 second.
Yeah, once again, it's another letter number, but definitely, even though that Celestial Sky lost, I do want to give a big shout out to Crunch Time there, because right as the game was ending, I took a quick look at the damage, and Crunch Time with almost 20k damage, and the closest was Ultimate Wep with only like 16, 17,000?
That's unreal. Crunch Time just really turning 33% of Team Heroes damage. I think that card kind of sums that up pretty nicely because Crunch Time was just all over the place. Just putting in so much consistent damage into G-Force.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that as we come to an end of this match and the MVP, letters are hard to say today.
Letters are
My
hard to
goodness.
say.
They're back. But as the polls come to a close, make sure you vote for who you think was the most valuable player. I'm not even going to attempt to say just the letters. I'm going to say most valuable player every time. Which right now I would on both teams for Celestial Sky, I would either be voting Crunch Time, or for GeForce, I'd probably be voting for Anyhow. And what about you?
It's definitely solid picks. I definitely agree that Crunch Time and Anyhow are definitely contenders. I would also like to say Zafan on Celestial Sky had a lot of clutch moments. Maybe not overall damage, consistent damage to make sure that GeForce was under fire all the time. But when the team needed him the most, kind of just step up to the plate and find the picks to turn the team fight, Zafan was there for that. So I definitely think that they are a contender. But I also want to say Pummy. Pummy was kind of having fun on that last map. But what we saw in map number 1 and 2, Pummy was just doing a great job. Kind of that one shot, one kill type player. Obviously on the Widow, on that Doomfist. I think both of those players are also definite MVP candidates. So, you got to make sure that you're going to be voting down below.
Yeah, and of course we could always get like a surprise MVP vote.
Yeah, you never know.
God, there I go again, not even being able to say the letters. Yeah, so honestly, like I said, make sure you go down below, vote for who you think is the most valuable player. Because honestly, like I don't have access to the poll right now, but it's anyone's game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, Kongman? I just want to say, you casted GeForce before. You said this is going to be a team to watch out for. And in the brawl, I think we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on GeForce because they looked dominant. There's no other way to say it. They just were steamrolling Celestial Sky.
Yeah, and as I take a quick look once again at the bracket, I mean, honestly, like there's just seeing GeForce on here, I thought they were going to win it all, but then I look a little bit further down and I see Regen, and I know they've picked up
Ooh.
quite a few players recently. A big fan favorite of mine is definitely going to be Zemrich. She's just an insane player. I used to play with her all the way back on the days of Plus Mafia. So honestly, I can see grand finals of this one being GeForce versus Regen.
Oh, that's some heavy words there. There are a lot of great teams in the All-Star Brawl, but I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to cast a curse. I feel like you've done enough of that tonight, Kongman, but this is going to be a definite team to watch out for. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Regen, they were the ones who won the last All-Star Brawl.
I'm not 100% familiar. I don't think it was Regen. No, I want to say it was Andy's Daycare who won the last one.
Okay, well, still, Regen definitely was looking pretty darn good in that entire bracket. And so, they're going to be a team to look out for. Now, we are just going to be trying to get a player into the booth right now as we select the MVPs. Thank you to everybody for voting in there. But you know what? We've got more matches going on in this All-Star Brawl. They're going to be continuing on. I'm just going to open up the calendar here. There's one tomorrow. As a matter of fact, there's 2 tomorrow. So, let's see how things go there. You're going to want to make sure you're following the channel as well. That way you can figure out when the next matches of the All-Star Brawl are going to be coming in to here. So, we're still waiting just on our interview. We're getting our players sorted out here. But you're going to, once again, you want to be in touch with this All-Star Brawl because a great tournament org, and it's been a lot of fun just kind of, getting this thing organized. But unfortunately, Kongman, with what was happening there, I just want to say that Lee Moo Young was the MVP. So thank you everybody for voting for him. Unfortunately, he is a little bit uncomfortable speaking publicly. And so as a result, we're not going to be having an interview tonight. But regardless, you know what? Hey, Late Moo Young did an absolutely fantastic job playing that Ana tonight. I think there were so many highlight plays just with those anti-nades and honestly some of those sleep darts as well. I definitely saw owners go in with the primal nano boosted Winston flying in through the air, and Lee Moo Young just kind of pulled out that sleep dart and got him right mid jump, honestly.
Yeah, that was actually really satisfying to watch. That's something to definitely add to your highlight reel just for
100%.
any time you want to make one. But unfortunately, without the MVP interview, that is going to bring this stream to a nice little close. It was a really great
No.
3-0 on the side of G4. Celestial Sky is going to be going to that losers bracket, which I believe they're going to be facing the loser of tomorrow's match, Regen and Cracked Cats. I might be incorrect there. I can't seem to find the schedule now that I was just talking about it. But
You
but
got to
without
consider
further ado,
yourself again, Kong Man.
it is just not my night tonight. No, I'm just cursed in November apparently.
Yep, 1st of November. That's sometimes that's just when the curses decide to roll themselves out into your brain, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. But if you're watching this on the YouTube channel because you weren't able to catch the live stream, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below.
Absolutely.
It's totally free on YouTube. And if you happen to be on Twitch and you want to subscribe, go ahead and use your
Subscription. Don't worry, I got you here. I know you've been having a little bit of a tough time, but you meant to say subscription.
That's the word I'm looking for.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight for the All-Star Brawl. Thank you all for joining us for the very first day of the kickoff of this tournament. Once again, tonight we've been casted by myself, Marks, alongside Kongman21, and we've been observed and produced by the tournament organizer himself. Kongman, the words are coming to me now.
Join the caster curse.
But it's been refused. Just doing an absolute fantastic job. And that's going to be wrapping things up. Congratulations to GeForce, but Celestial Sky, they were doing a pretty good job tonight as well. Do you got any last words for us, Kongman?
No, I just definitely want to say that GeForce was really good. Celestial Sky, I mean, sure, it's unfortunate that you started with an 0-3 start, but honestly, I could possibly see Celestial Sky running it back through the losers bracket.
Absolutely. And well, with that, have a great night, everybody. Make sure to follow the Twitch. Make sure to sub on YouTube. All that fun stuff. But thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope you had fun. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the All-Star Brawl. So have a good night, everybody.